Easter is a time for reflection, celebration, and togetherness, and Caribbean Easter traditions help to reinforce the values of Caribbean people, not only for those that reside in the region, but also in the Caribbean diaspora around the world. Easter is indeed one of the best times of the year to be in the Caribbean, regardless of which island you are. While the weather is still pretty cold in most places abroad, you can enjoy the tropical warmth and a plethora of activities and traditions coming to life at this special time of the year. For Caribbean people in the diaspora, it is a wonderful occasion to reunite with our families and embrace their original culture and habits, which are theirs by birth, descent, or ethnicity. The weather is not the only reason that fills up the planes heading to the Caribbean during the Easter season. There are plenty of legends, beliefs, popular traditions, and celebratory events that you would not want to miss. And let's not forget the abundance of food. With such a religious background, Easter, just like Christmas of course, is a very heartfelt celebration for the Caribbean people. Many countries in the region have their unique traditions to celebrate the occasion with processions and religious services, with a specific dress code and many devout people attending religious celebrations. Spending Easter in the Caribbean is therefore a very interesting, culturally enriching, celebratory experience. It is really warm and welcoming, with religious and secular celebrations revisited through the typical Caribbean signature. Let's now take a look as we count down 12 of the most popular traditions that can be experienced in various countries throughout the region during the Easter season. Number 12. Good Friday Processions. Many Caribbean countries, such as the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Puerto Rico, have Good Friday processions that involve carrying a life-size cross through the streets. Participants may also wear traditional religious costumes and sing religious hymns as they walk through the streets, commemorating the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Number 11. Easter Sunday Church Services. Churches in the Caribbean are typically packed on Easter Sunday, which is a vital part of the Caribbean Easter celebrations, with many people attending church dressed in their Sunday best. Even if some people don't attend church services the whole year, on Easter Sunday, the churches are full to celebrate the death and resurrection of Jesus, as many churches hold very lively and festive services to mark the occasion. Number 10. Eggs and their particular significance. While in the rest of the world, eggs are colorfully decorated and fill lovely Easter baskets, or hollow chocolate eggs hide treats and surprises for the children, and Easter egg hunts are becoming more popular in the Caribbean, particularly in countries with a strong British influence, such as Jamaica and the Bahamas. However, in the Caribbean, eggs have more of mystic and religious implications. In some parts of the region, such as Jamaica and Barbados, people break an egg out in the sun, exactly at midday of Maundy Thursday, and then place it in a container full of holy water. The white is collected and left out to dry, and by midday the next day, Good Friday, the coagulated egg white will have formed a pattern that can be used to predict the future, like a ship for traveling, a church for marriage, or a fetus for children and fertility. Number 9. Kite Flying. Kite flying is a tradition that is very popular in most Caribbean countries. As with many others, it has religious roots, kites soaring high to impersonate Jesus and his resurrection from his grave, with his eventual ascension to heaven. All over the Caribbean, locals will unfurl homemade kites sporting creative and colorful patterns and designs, embellished and huge, and in some places, they will also participate in kite flying challenges and competitions. The Easter weather is perfect for kite flying, as it is normally dry and windy. Jamaica, Barbados, Guyana, St. Kitts and Nevis, Bermuda, Trinidad and Tobago, and Grenada are some of the countries where Easter kite flying is particularly popular. By the way, if you're getting value from this video, we would greatly appreciate it if you would give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for our future videos. Thank you. Number 8. Beat a Good Friday Bobolee. A folkloristic practice that is typical of the islands of Trinidad and Tobago, Beating the Bobolee has strong religious roots, as it signifies beating Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus Christ, ratting on him to the Romans, which ultimately sent him to his death. Bobolees are basically stuffed caricatures made from old clothes and stuffed with dried grass that is left by fences, trees, light posts, and more conspicuous locations, so everyone can see them and, well, beat them. People use sticks, bats, and anything they can find to release the stress and let their rage do the rest. Trinidadians make now Bobolees out of politicians, public figures, and anyone who causes havoc or brings stress or shame to the community. Number 7. Celebrate Rara. In Haiti, as expected, Easter is celebrated with a mix of Christian and Voodoo traditions. The Rara holiday is a form of festival music that is originated in Haiti and is used for street processions. Its music centers on a set of cylindrical bamboo trumpets called vaccin, as well as metal trumpets called cone or kluon, typically made from recycled metal. The celebrations include a parade with songs, traditional instruments, and costumes, while Christians visit churches and those who practice voodoo attend ceremonies at L'écu Souvenance. Some Haitians will worship the African spirits too. Number 6. Easter carnivals and parades. In Caribbean countries such as Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada, Easter is marked by colorful and lively carnivals. These events usually include music, dancing, and parades. In Curaçao, for example, on Easter Monday, the streets of Punda and Otrabanda in Curaçao are filled with local folklore groups wearing traditional costumes and parading while playing traditional music instruments and dancing. The Sioux, or Harvest Parade, is the second largest parade on the island of Curaçao, where the streets are transformed into a euphoric exhibit of folklore and groups dancing through the streets to celebrate the harvest. Locals dress up in the most incredible folkloric costumes. It is a big, colorful event with lots of music and folkloric groups. Number 5. Turn into Good Friday fish. While flying your kite, make sure you don't get distracted and end up with your feet in the water. Locals believe that stepping into the water during Easter Friday will turn you into a fish. While this might seem a little extreme, and you might not grow scales and gills if you go to the beach on Good Friday, many believe it is simply disrespectful to sunbathe during the solemn celebration of the day when Jesus was crucified. On many islands, however, such as the Bahamas, Easter weekend is nowadays considered a back-to-the-beach day, especially since the colder waters of the Atlantic Ocean start warming up at this time of the year. On Easter Sunday, however, many Caribbean families spend the day at the beach, having picnics and enjoying the warm weather. It is also an opportunity to spend time with family and friends. Number 4. Sticking the tree. Sticking the tree is a tradition that has a strong religious meaning and is quite endemic in Barbados and known in Jamaica as the sticking of the physic nut tree. Such a tree is known to normally bleed white sap, but to bleed red sap only when cut at noon on Good Friday, hence the reference clearly to the blood of Christ and his ultimate sacrifice for mankind. It is also said that the tree is very similar to the one used in the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, while others simply state it was close to the location where he was crucified. Locals use knives to cut or stick into the bark of the tree, which releases the sap, red like the blood of Jesus. Number 3. Catholic celebrations in Cuba. The island of Cuba banned Christian worship until 1988 and had its very first Easter service in 50 years only in 2012. Ever since, Cubans have slowly started to accept Catholic celebrations such as the Semana Santa, the Holy Week, and Good Friday is again a national holiday. Cuban gastronomic traditions for Easter include the bacalao a la vizcaína, a local saltfish recipe of Spanish heritage, while the Christian Cubans, which are about 50% of the island's population, take part in processions, such as the one of Camagüey, or the one in the city of Trinidad, and candlelit gatherings during which people chant and pray together. Number 2. Easter Bonnet Parades. In some Caribbean countries, such as Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados, it is a tradition to have Easter bonnet parades, where people wear elaborately decorated hats and parade through the streets. Possibly the cutest Easter celebration in the Caribbean, Easter bonnets are a creative way to showcase arts and crafts abilities and involve the youngest ones in the festivities. Originally created to signify the renewal of spirit and the wearing of new clothes, the tradition is nowadays embraced by many schools, churches, and community groups holding parades across the island. Parks, beaches, and streets fill up with parades of kids in the most colorful handcrafted bonnets, while adults join them wearing new clothes and making it a true catwalk experience. Number 1. Caribbean Food Tradition. We left the best for last. All over the Caribbean, food is a big deal, especially during holidays and celebrations. There is no Easter celebrations in the Caribbean without food, and more food. Hot cross buns are a popular Easter treat in the Caribbean, often eaten on Good Friday, made with raisins and dried fruit, typically adorned with a cross made from frosting, following a British tradition symbolizing the crucifixion of Jesus. Jamaicans do not go through the Easter season without their Easter bun and cheese. The Easter bun is specially made with cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg, and filled with raisins, currants, and dried fruits. It is a staple of Jamaican Easter, and it is not unusual to have employers give away bun and cheese to their employees around Easter time. In the description below is a link to where to find the very best Jamaican Easter bun and cheese wherever in the world you are. Check the link below. The Caribbean Easter tradition also calls for no red meat eaten on Good Friday, so fried or steamed fish, bami, and vegetables take the main spotlight on Caribbean Easter tables across the region. Cheese sandwiches, yams, and codfish cakes are very popular, along with penepsis, a flat and crispy ginger biscuit typical of the island of St. Lucia. In Guadeloupe and Martinique, don't miss the matutu crab. And while in Barbados, you need to taste the fried flying fish. Last but not least, treat your taste buds to a sweet red kidney bean cream dessert in the Dominican Republic. Every country has its own traditions, parades, and food specialties for Easter, which, as we can see, is a very important celebration for Caribbean people throughout the region. Wherever you come to the Caribbean, you will feel the warmth and the fun of this amazing time of the year, and you will be able to experience the islands in a new light. What important Caribbean Easter traditions did we miss? Let us know in the comment section below. As always, we would like to thank you for watching and remind you to please like, subscribe, share our channel with others, and turn on the notification bell for our next video as we explore the Caribbean and our rich cultures and traditions together. This is J-irie Caribbean.